Live.
Good. This is when I get to finally say my first F-bomb of the night. I haven't said any all day, but right now is the moment I feel most compelled.
So once Jacobson checks our audio on Twitch, we'll be good to start. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Ooh.
Oh no.
Sorry, that's going to be 20d10.
I got 5.
Well, Belos had a good run. We're going to miss him.
So is it like the time I
Okay,
ran?
yeah, I think it's working. So.
Cool. All right. And we are good to roll. We're down a Chaos Monster tonight, which is kind of a bummer, but we shall persevere. And I guess I will autopilot Chaos Monster, which will be a little strange. So I believe we left you all just outside of... the glitter mines, right?
Jacobson checks our audio on Twitch. Good start.
Now I hear you in the background of somebody's, and you're delayed.
I mean, I'm assuming that was on Jacobson's phone, right?
I'm gonna assume so because I don't hear it now and he's muted.
All right, cool.
But I'm hoping you guys are enjoying my my AMSR of me cracking my knuckles.
All right, so it sounds like our audio's coming through, so that's good. All right. So, where we left off, you all were sort of let loose in the Stret after you finished your mission protecting Oja of House Blue. You sort of meandered about town, kind of heard some news and goings-ons, and out of the various plot threads that you all pieced together and personal goals, you decided to go ahead and check out the glitter mines. It sounds like there is some kind of disturbance happening there that has slowed glitter production to a halt. Glitter production is super important. Glitter is a magical substance that is used for spell casting. It's used for enchanting. It's a very important resource, and it's usually very closely controlled, so there's not a lot of sources for it. So if the largest source goes down, everything goes into chaos. And you heard rumblings that it was feeding into a conflict between Heraldus Trade and their rivals, Hebois. So you all agreed to take the commission to go figure out what's happening in the mines and deal with it. You made your way about a days-ish, day and a half travel from the capital out sort of into the middle of nowhere where the mines are located. Along the way, you found some happy boars that you were able to talk your way through. You also found some very angry chickens. You narrowly survived, and Jacobson was even turned to stone for a while. But you pulled through and continued on. And just as you got close to the mines, you were confronted by 3 individuals in the road. They claimed to be royal guards who were here to stop traffic. They insisted that you could not pass. You did not take no for an answer. You started to work out that maybe they weren't who they said they were, and battle ensued. You fought your way through. Did you knock out or kill the other 2?
We killed.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm pretty sure we killed them.
We blew him up with fireball. We blew up the wizard with fireball.
All right. Y'all straight up blew up 2 people. The third one, you sort of took prisoner and interrogated him. You gathered that he was basically just being paid to come stand in this road and stop people. You didn't gather a whole lot beyond that, but that seemed to be about all he knew. So you sent him on his way and continued on, where you discovered the glitter mines built into the Rushman Hills. You found sort of a tent city that had been set up outside of the mine's entrance. You met Boss Monster, who is a large brown monsterkin, Muppetfolk, who was in an argument with Wart, who is a mole beastkin and foreman of the mine. So you all talked to them a little bit, and then that's about where we ended. So what do you want to do?
Well, we agreed to borrow some like equipment and stuff from them. And if I remember correctly, we were ready to head into the mine.
So I believe you all spoke to the boss and you spoke to the foreman. Was that it?
Pretty much.
So there are a couple of other folks hanging out. And I believe specifically they said you can borrow the mining equipment, but you're going to have to get into their storeroom to get to it.
And then to that I said, no big deal. It's one room. What's going to happen? We're all going to die, but let's do this.
All right. So you all ready to enter the mine?
Can I have a torch? I was worried about getting torches. I really want one now because of shade.
Do you not have any torches whatsoever?
I've never picked one up.
Oh, that's right. You all burned through a ton of torches in House Blue.
Mm-hmm.
That had been a good thing to restock. Although, don't forget, you do have Spinny's Soul's Delight, his new fancy glowing cape, which is blessed by the golden guardian spirit of House Blue.
And I keep it on all the time.
Yep.
But how bright is it? Because it's burning daylight, so I guess I can't really. Is it still bright from normal daylight? Like.
Let's see.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere of bright golden light. I'll probably update that. It's 20 and 20. So 20 of bright and an additional 20 of dim light.
So basically a torch.
Probably better than torch.
Yeah, I think a torch is...
Like 15.
I was thinking 10 or 10 and 10 or 20 and 10.
Torch says 20 and 20.
Really?
Yep.
I feel like maybe I was shortchanging you all on those.
Wow. Make life even more difficult fighting an ancient deity called Shade.
To be fair, though, you were mostly in a shadow dimension where light was not quite as effective as it should be.
Anyway.
Don't worry, we are designated heroes. Like, we got this.
Anyway, I still do have 5 torches.
But that's good, because I remember, against Shade, I still haven't picked up a torch. Never then, never now. So what, you know what? I retract my statement. I don't want a torch. I haven't had one yet. Not gonna pick one up yet.
Okay.
We got spinning his golden shining body. Everything's gonna be attracted to him like a moth. They'll stay away from me, and then I just have to shoot like anything that's not fire, so that it's not like a trail to me. Blow stop some chill and touch. That's gonna shoot straight to the dark, hit the enemy. They'll never know I'm there.
So anywho, I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm not spamming my Discord channel, which I am. Fix that. So, are you all heading into the mine?
Yeah, we've got. I mean, could I pick up a pickaxe and maybe like a helmet from their equipment stores before we go in?
So you're gonna want to check in with somebody. You don't see like visible equipment out here. Most of what you're seeing looks like living stuff. There's a few chairs, some cooking stuff, a couple of tents and bedrolls. Yeah, you'd expect to see more equipment laying around, but there doesn't seem to be any.
So they don't have any. If I ask them for some equipment to help us navigate the mine or get through or stay safe, they wouldn't really have anything to offer us.
Do they have a map of the mine?
Ooh, good question.
You should probably ask somebody. So here's who you see sitting around. Boss Monster and Foreman Wart are back to arguing. There is a tiny Dozekin, who you haven't seen a lot of in general. They're about, this one at least, is about a foot tall, has blue-green skin and a pink nose. He does have a hard hat, but it would approximately cover like the size of 2 fingers on you. And he has little antenna sticking up through it. He's sitting next to a Fragkin who has a purple body and then big yellow, like a big yellow poof of hair on top of his head and on the end of his tail. Then you see 3 Beastkin, mole Beastkin, who are just kind of sitting around talking quietly to each other, playing some cards. Who do you want to talk to?
Which one was the boss? I guess.
All right. So Boss Monster is back to arguing with Foreman Wart. My voice didn't get recorded last week, so who knows what they sounded like. So you step over and how do you try to interrupt their arguing?
Easy. Pardon me. I have one final question before we dive deep into these mines.
They just sort of cut off, sort of mid yelling at each other. They're both yelling over each other, and Boss Monster turns and says, "Well, what is it?"
Can we possibly have like a map of the mine so when we get down there we don't get lost?
Let me see what we got.
How well branched out or defined your mines are?
He looks over and he points to the Fragkin that you saw with his yellow hair poofs and says, "Hey, Stuffs, what equipment do we have with us?" The guy, the frag, kind of sits up and is like, "Well, we didn't manage to get very much out. We were kind of in a hurry, you know. Hold on." And you see the front of him kind of disappears into one of the tents, and his tail sort of bounces back and forth, and you hear sort of rummaging, and he comes out and has, yes, here's all the mining equipment we have in the whole world right now. And he has 2 pickaxes and 1 hard hat. He says, a map. There'd be a map in the office, but we kind of left in a hurry. There'd be all kinds of equipment back there too if you can get there safely.
Where's the office?
So he kind of gives you a general layout of the mining. So basically, they've been sort of driving segments through until they find a vein of glitter, and then sort of mining it out, and then searching for a new vein. So there's sort of a haphazard layout. What he describes to you is basically your first left. Once you head inside, you'll pass through a large chamber, which was an area they mined out a long time ago and turned into just sort of general storage. And if you go take a left, eventually you'll end up in a series of tunnels that they carved out into like offices, mess hall, barracks, storage space. They sort of carved rooms into the chambers once they were finished with them. He says, yeah, in the storage room, we should have all kinds of stuff. There should be some protective gear and some mining gear, and you want to be careful in the back room, though.
What's in the back room?
Well, it's where we keep the glitter, of course.
Oh.
He kind of gives you all sort of a skeptical look and says, have you all ever actually, like, worked with glitter before?
I have not.
Okay,
I
so...
know, I'm the reason why it's banned. And you support now. Alchemist Kit.
He says, and Belos, you would be vaguely familiar. You would have done some work with glitter as part of your studies. He says, okay, oh boy. All right, so glitter will mess you up in every sense of the word. How do I put this? And he gestures over to the little dozekin and says, hey, Noble, help me explain this. How do I explain glitter to a bunch of dummies? And the little dozekin just starts going like... And he nods like he understands, like, uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good... I should tell them that. Okay. Noble wanted me to tell you, first, glitter will explode. Real bad. But it's not like fire. It explodes with magic. So you want to be real careful slinging spells around lots of glitter, especially these big veins that run through the mine. Glitter will also mess with your head. You get a good whiff of glitter and your brain's going to go all sparkles. Also, if you are in contact with too much glitter, it starts to do weird things to you. I think maybe there's some protective gear we've got back there that will stop you from absorbing too much of it as you walk through. If you don't have that, it can get pretty bad.
Right. Fine protective gear. Got it. Shoot the glitter from my veins. Got it.
Don't absorb glitter. Okay.
They're now watching you all very skeptically. Like,
We look, okay. I've done a lot of this. I'm magical. I know this stuff. All right. Thank you for the 5-minute crash course. We got this. Get to the office. Don't shoot the glitter. Get protective gear on. Mess up whatever the hell is messing up this mine. Get you boys back to work. Got the plan. We're good.
if you say so.
That doesn't sound confident. Remember, we got the plan. We're good. Confidence is key.
Okay. Titans go with you.
Titans be with us. Let's go, boys. We got this.
That's the sound of someone who is substituting charisma saving throws for constitution saving throws. If I'm confident enough, I won't
This is the
explode.
sound of the person who now has the power to reset this whole campaign.
It's one errant spell.
Time for a TPK. I've got this whole other campaign.
Good. Just blowing up a whole glitter mine, like, it's going to mess up everybody. Everyone outside probably get vaporized.
All right. Well, on that fun note, anything else y'all want to do before you head in?
No.
So I think we
I want
covered
the
it.
map, so I need to go to the office.
Yeah,
So
I gotta
let's
go
go to
get
the
the map.
All right. So you do notice Chaos Monster has gotten like weirdly quiet since you got close.
That's because Harry's not here.
But even more than that, like there's something seems to be bothering her. And part of how you know that is like Chaos Monster is always doing something. Like all the time. And she's had almost kind of a vacant 1,000-yard stare going on. And you're not really sure what that's about.
No, Chaos Monster's a creature of glitter. She was made from glitter. Duh.
Apparently, Chaos Monster is not sure what that's about either.
I'm pretty sure I already figured it out. Chaos Monster is made of glitter. The reason why she's having problems is because she feels like this is her home. The glitter is her essence.
So she is looking off. All right. So you're in sort of the tent city right now. There's that high fence that looks like it's been sort of blown out between you and the interior of the mine.
Boys, we go on in.
Let's do it.
All right. Tweaking a monster real quick. This monster tweak brought to you by D&D Beyond. All right, so there's a sort of long tunnel that passes from the entrance deeper into sort of the mine proper. For the first 10 feet or so, it's very dark. There's very little illumination. It looks like maybe there were some torches here that have gone out. It also seems that you almost trip over it. There's actually like rail that runs along the ground here, and it actually looks like it runs all the way outside a good distance. But as you start to move forward, even though you don't see visible light sources, the path ahead of you seems to be illuminated slightly. And actually, you see that there's very, very, very faint particles of glitter embedded in every surface of this tunnel. And as you move forward, and especially as the light from Spinny's cape sort of washes over, you see all those little particles start to glimmer with the same light. And it's not just a reflection, it keeps going for just a few seconds after you walk past it. It's like they become active where the light passes over them. And they stay that way for a few seconds. It's a little disorienting already. Everybody make a nature check. All right. Bellost, you would have studied some Muppetfolk biology. Muppetfolk are inherently a little bit magical. All of them. Every Muppetfolk is animated by this sort of force or energy that Muppetfolk tend to call the hand. And that energy is what makes Muppetfolk alive. And it has a tangible magical power to it. Some people, without any kind of training or artifacts or incantation, are just able to use magic just from the power of the hand that moves them. The glitter in this hallway already seems to be responding just from you all walking inside. With a 16 and the warnings you just got, you also suspect that there would be other potentially strange and even dangerous things that might happen if you all come into contact with too much glitter. I'm going to do a map change for you all. Can you all, whoops. Yeah. Can you all see that ping that I'm doing at the bottom of the screen?
Scroll all the way down.
Yep, it is sort of bottom center-ish.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop some tokens there. And I think once you do, it'll give you line of sight. Are you all able to see once you do that?
Oh, I could see before I dropped.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it looks like a square.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some sort of manual manual fog of war removal as you all move through. So you all would be able to see probably out to about here. So you all would know from what's just been told to you, glitter tends to be found in long seams or veins, where it's like a dense cluster of glitter that runs through rock. It looks like this area you've entered into, the glitter here has mostly been mined out. There's just sort of trace particles of it. Glitter is very hard to get out of places in its entirety. And so there's a little bit just sort of around, but it doesn't seem like it's a high enough concentration to do anything yet. All right. So do you all have like an order you're moving in? Do you have any particular approach that you're taking?
I think I'll go first, like normal, just in case there's anything in here attacking people. But it doesn't sound like that's the case. It sounds like people are just disappearing.
How are the chance to separate? What's going on here? I don't know what I did. I can't get them separated. Oh well, we'll do it this way for a while. Alright, I'm liking right. Right looks like an official path to the office.
Well, he told us where the office was. Wasn't it to the left?
Yes, you do know that he told you it's to the left.
I guess I wasn't paying attention. Let's go left.
All right. So you all sort of advance. You can definitely see sort of the haphazardness here, but you can also see the glitter that runs through the walls is, now that you're looking at it, it kind of runs in patterns. Like you can actually see where maybe part of a vein used to be. And you can see that the hallways sort of wrap around these veins. They were clearly cutting this through just to find more and more pockets. So you all can see sort of the chamber sort of broadens out ahead of you. And again, you see this rail everywhere. Make a perception check, everybody.
Uh-oh. Hey, do I have advantage with Lugosi? Because it's like scene stuff perception.
Yes.
It helps me for once.
All right. Jeez. Y'all killing perception and dying on saving throws. That is your all's vibe. You hear what would this sound like? You hear the sound of something heavy moving quickly sort of through the chamber around you. And there's almost like a weird rhythmic quality to it. Like it's interrupted every couple of seconds, like chunk, chunk, chunk. But you definitely hear something moving somewhere where you can't see it.
Spinny, let's push forward. I'll be right behind you the whole time, so I'm not.
So once you get out to there, you can see a little bit better.
I know you guys can't hear this, but man, my upstairs neighbors, their mattress squeaks. And I'm always thinking they're going at it, because it's just... in an hour, about an hour, every night about an hour, it's really... And I'm like, ooh.
Well, on that fun note,
Hello to all our Twitch viewers out there.
yep. We don't even have the bots tonight. It's kind of quiet. Nope, we have one bot. We have a bot.
I mean, it's I kept it PG, like...
Right.
Spinny, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, Spenny, this is you.
Dexterity.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
You managed to...
Or
dodge the rock.
or resilient feet.
Oh, nice. So you just barely get out of the way. That sound you heard suddenly gets much closer really quickly, and a minecart comes flying across that middle intersection and like screeches to a halt almost right in front of you. and it just about hits you, and then it just comes to a total stop, and you don't see anybody in it. Like it's fairly tall, so you're gonna have to like approach to look inside.
Okay. I raise my shield and my sword and begin to do that as if I'm expecting something to come out.
All right. So
Where
you're
is it?
go ahead.
I was say, where is it? Is it like right here or?
It's like right in front of Spinny. Like
Oh.
it just about came off the rail and hit him. So you start to get closer, and you're like almost where you can see, and then suddenly two heads pop up out of the cart. Hey, what are you doing in here? Get out of here! Yeah, what he said.
And I'll jump and sort of stumble backwards as I don't want to hurt them, but they definitely surprise me.
Once you sort of recover from your shock, you see that it is a deep red and navy blue. It's two grouches. And they pop their upper bodies up out of the minecart. And they're sort of like almost speaking. Their sentences sort of run one into the other. And the blue one repeats, "Yeah, what are you doing in here? You can't be here." And the red one continues, "Yeah, what he said. You're not supposed to be here."
We've got permission to be here. We're here to investigate the disappearances. Is there anything you guys can tell us about it?
They kind of look at you for a minute, and they look at each other, look at you, look at each other. They kind of stroke their chins with their long, furry fingers. Yeah, so you guys are like approved, right?
Yes.
Look, it's real dangerous in here, okay? Grouch voices destroy my throat. Look, there's all kinds of like weird stuff happening and like crazy things coming around. What do you want to know?
We're trying to make our way to the office so we can kind of get those glitter protection suits and some hard hats and maybe a pick, because we're the crew who's been sent in to investigate the mines, to figure out what's making the mines go all crazy and wonky, and then solve the problem so that the miners can come back in and get back and start making some money.
Yeah, sure would be nice to get back to work. Yeah, it would be nice to get back to work. All right. Look, you guys got to be real careful, but if you go this way, and he points sort of down the rail in front of you, and then you're going to take a left.
This way?
Yes. And you should have a little bit more view since you're further up. There's an old corridor back there that we carved some rooms into. Office will be the first door on your right. Storage room is first door on your left. Don't mess with any of our stuff in the barracks. Yeah, don't mess with any of our stuff.
How will we know it's yours?
You'll know.
Okay. May we have your names?
Yeah, sure. The blue one points at the red one and says, he's Dram. And the red one points at the blue one and says, and he's Hund.
Dram and Hun?
Yep.
All right, Drum.
Drum.
Well, we'll let you guys be on your merry way, and we'll be on ours, and maybe
One
be advised to leave the mines and join everyone else on the surface.
one more question. Can you point us in the direction that most people have been disappearing?
I
there.
mean, most of them. It's been the deep sections of the mine. Yeah, where all the new veins are.
Which way is the deep sections?
He points off basically like the deeper you go into the mine, the newer that is. So like right now you're in the oldest section. Essentially, once you get like northeast, northwest, once you start heading down those corridors, you're going to be in the newest sections.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I was talking in to my dad.
Oh, no worries. Basically, the section you're in now is the oldest section. The deeper you go, the older it gets, and specifically the like deep to the northeast and deep to the northwest of where you are now is sort of the newest stuff. And he specifically tells you that northwest side, it's their brand new area. They were still in the process of cutting out. Trails off from that side.
Okay, so the way they came from over here will send us towards the newest section.
Yes. This way or this way would both do it.
Oh, okay, so not the way they just came from.
They actually whipped up around the corner from you. So like they were actually like over here.
Oh, I thought they came like this, but they came
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, because you were already hearing them as you went down that hallway.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else for names for Hund and Dram?
Nope. You know what? They look like they've been doing fine in here. We'll just leave them be, do whatever they do.
You gather that probably they are just hanging out sort of near the front and stopping people from like wandering back in.
Probably doing a reasonably good job. A dangerous one. They deserve to be honored. We'll give them a lot of glitter when we're done. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it's not my problem afterwards.
All right. So they both kind of like give you all like a little mini salute, and then like tuck back down into the cart, and the cart like speeds off. It hits that center interchange and looks like it's gonna like go flying off, and then it makes the turn and sort of puts itself back towards the entrance.
All right, boys, away we go.
All right. So the rail does continue out into the corridor ahead. And you can see that these passageways, there's a little bit more glitter than the ones you're in now, but not too much more. Give y'all a little more.
And the world turns black and white.
Yep.
It's like that music video of Take On Me or whatever.
Copyright.
As you all head down this way, you're seeing the glitter more and more as you move forward. And actually, yeah, right about where you all are. You notice something different. Most of the glitter here has kind of a dull quality to it. It doesn't shine like you would expect. You realize, as you step forward, that there is a little seam of more vibrant, sort of shimmering glitter. And as soon as the light of Spinny's aura sort of washes over it, you see it suddenly flare like orange bright and then burst into flames. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, boys. This is where I die. I rolled a 6. I'll never be good at saving throws.
All right. So, Belos takes 8 fire damage. Spinny takes half of that. Jacobson takes 8 fire damage. And Chaos Monster takes 8 fire damage. So this patch of the floor flares up into this burning incandescence, and you see like a chain reaction. It spreads across the glitter that you're standing on, and just woof, a cone of fire suddenly ignites from the ground up. Spinny is the first to sort of see it start, and your quick reflexes cause you to dodge out of the way. The rest of you get toasted.
Fun.
Well, I guess let's keep going on. There's nothing else we can do. Alright, so he said take a left and then it's on the right. So we gotta go left, boys.
Before we do that, do we get a sense that was just a random occurrence from the glitter, or was there like a trap for us?
Make a nature check.
All of us are just spinning.
Whoever is wondering about this.
You have piqued my curiosity.
I'm wondering. We should, yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Well, let's see if Chaos Monster helps.
I rolled a 3. No, I rolled a 4. Math.
Chaos Monster seems to suddenly sort of like clue in. She's been kind of almost like sleepwalking since you all got here. And she says, I think it was... I think it's the magic. And her eyes are a little glassy and distant, even as she is talking to you all.
Like it was reacting to our magic?
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as someone's not actively coming at us, but knowing that it's just reacting, we need to be on our guards, guys. Sharp. And I'll continue forward. Did we want to go left, we were saying?
Where you want to go?
That's what I asked. Do we
Where's
want
the
to
office?
go left?
I think it's left. He said left.
Okay. Let's go left then.
All right. Oops. It's fixing something. All right. So you can see here the hallway is a little more sort of visibly worked than what you've been passing through. Someone has gone to some effort to make this a little more habitable. You see a slightly more uniform corridor with looks like 3 branches and then one passage that leads off out of sight.
All right, so they said on the right. So I guess let's go down to his office.
Okay.
Wait,
And
right from.
I would assume that way, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
I'm
would
gonna
assume
guess
this
it's all
way.
right.
So, give y'all a little more sight. So, each of these 2 passages here ends in a heavy door. And both of them are sealed. The one in front of you is a little bit larger, and actually the rail leads up to the door and has actually been like the door has been cut in such a way that the rails pass through it even when it's shut.
So this is probably the glitter room.
I'll say that's probably the storage room, yeah, for the glitter.
So I guess to the other side.
Other side we go. Ooh.
All right. This door is a little more narrow. It has a really heavy, solid sort of construction to it. But it just looks like a simple lock and handle setup. There's nothing particularly odd to it.
All right. I'm going to try and open it.
Explosion! So you try the handle, and the door seems to be locked.
Well,
It was a key.
I don't think we can go this way, guys.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about
Doors
doors
being
being locked.
locked. You know, let's just try the other side. We never tried opening the door, so I'm gonna walk on over here. I'm gonna try opening this door.
Before he does that, since we expect that to be the glitter room, I'm going to hide around a corner.
All right. So this is a set of like double doors. You're able to sort of hit like a mechanism that unlatches them, and they just swing open without a problem.
Oh, nice.
So what you see is racks and racks of mining equipment. It looks like this is where all their stuff is stored. You see a couple of mine carts, like replacements. You see several rows of pickaxes and shovels. Lots of torches. You also see about 24 of these big, thick, heavy coats. And they seem to have like a hood and mask that goes with them.
I want to take a hood and cloak that looks in my size and put it on, because that seems like a good idea. Maybe keep me from breathing in the glitter dust.
But what about your sun cloak?
Put the
I
cloak
think
on.
put it on underneath.
Yeah. Or
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this thing or find a coat and hat and stuff, put them on.
So when you go to lift one of these coats, they are heavy. Like the equivalent of like a suit of medium armor. There are plenty there for you all, but the coat itself is going to drop your movement speed by 10 feet per round, and it's going to give you disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. But it is going to protect you from most glitter-based effects.
glitter madness.
If you were to pull up the hood, it obscures part of your vision. So you would have disadvantage on checks relating to sight, but it would protect you from, like, inhalation of glitter.
Good. That's what I want.
All right.
These coats are not meant for me.
And does that mean I need to take my cloak off or no?
You could have it on, but specifically the way your cloak is worded, someone has to be in the radius of the light that it projects. And so if
Okay.
it's under the coat, it's only going to work for you.
And what does the coat help me? The hood keeps me from breathing it.
Yep, I'm typing it out. So it's minus 10 speed, disadvantage on dex checks/saves, but it gives you protection from external glitter effects, like the fire that you just stepped on. The glitter mask gives you disadvantage on sight-based checks. But protection from inhalation and perhaps mental glitter effects.
Okay, I will put a mask on, but not a coat. Perhaps someone else should do the opposite so that we have someone with good sight-based checks.
Yeah, I can leave the mask on. Couldn't you wear the cloak on the outside of the coat?
Could I, Colby?
Theoretically.
Okay, I changed my mind then. I want to do that.
All right. So you pull up this very heavy coat, pull the cloak on over it, so it's still shining. So who all's wearing what?
I'm wearing all of it since I can wear my cloak on the outside.
All right.
And hopefully that'll make it so that I can walk in front with a little more assurance.
Anybody else want some?
You know what? I don't need speed. I'll put it on. I'll never pass a dex save anyway, so
Do you want
why
both?
not?
mask and coat?
Yeah, we'll do both.
All right. What's Jacobson doing?
I guess I can wear both. Do they have any dog-shaped ones?
Your wild shape would go underneath. Okay.
Right.
What do y'all think Chaos Monster would do?
None of it.
Yeah, that feels right.
I would encourage her to put it online. She's a child. She needs to be protected.
Well, now she's definitely not doing it. So, all of the sort of supplies and equipment in this room are sort of to the... they're sort of spaced out along the walls because the rail continues through the center of the room and then curves through another set of double doors.
Well, through the double doors I go.
This door is very sturdy. It looks like it's reinforced in some form or fashion.
You guys got this.
And it doesn't just want to open.
It does not.
Oh.
Bummer. Let's think of all the glitter balls you can make with that room, with access to that room.
Does it look like it could be forced? Specifically,
Can it
if I
fireball?
maybe use a crowbar to help open it up.
It's possible, but difficult.
What do you think, Jacobson? This where they keep the glitter and we should just ignore it?
I was just trying to decide because we got 2 doors now that we can't get through. I'm guessing we didn't notice a map or anything in the room we're in right now.
No.
I mean, we could go back and ask the Grouches if there's a key or something to get into the office.
Do we need to go in the offices?
Well, that's where the map is.
Oh, gotcha.
But that was just in this room.
Let's just... I go back over here.
What if I go in here and pull off my mask and then look for that map?
So you're looking for the map in the storage room?
I thought, isn't that what they said it was? Or where is
They
that?
said it's in the office.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be the storage room.
The storage room must have the other supplies that we needed.
I'd be derping today.
All right. So the other door is locked. It does not look as sturdy as the what you presume to be the glitter storage room is.
Okay, I want to try and open it. Try and force it. Use the crowbar if I have to.
All right. So you're going to try it with or without first?
Without first, because I don't want to break the door completely.
All right. So roll a strength check without advantage.
Strength. Nope. Spinny gets frustrated and grabs that crowbar.
All right. Roll with advantage.
That's better.
With an 18, you do manage to get it open.
Roll for initiative.
Bomb! So you get the door open, and It is very office-like. There's a large desk in the center with various sheets and papers, reports, all kinds of stuff just sort of scattered all over it, some writing implements. You actually see several different maps tacked to the wall here. You see what look like maybe some accounting books. It's fairly bare for the most part, but you're probably going to have to like sift through some of this stuff to figure out what's what.
There's a bear?
A fairly bare. Star of Beverly Hills Ninja Bear.
So yeah, I will. The office seems safe, so I'm going to take the hood off for now.
All right.
'Cause I can't imagine them building their office in an area where glitter stuff was happening all the time.
I mean, if it's the hood, I could probably, depending on the situation, we could just whip it on and off, depending on how much I want to deal with it.
Yeah, it seems like it's made for that. Like it wouldn't be too hard to sort of add or remove as needed.
So I'm gonna whip mine off, and we're gonna walk in there, and we're gonna look at this map of the mines so that we can finally figure out the mines layout. Just because we don't want to walk around aimlessly.
All right. Make an investigation check. So you're specifically looking through the maps, right?
Whoops, I did not mean to roll that with advantage.
Hey,
So who's looking at what? Because there's a couple different places to kind of sift through.
I'm looking.
Go on.
I'm looking at the maps, I guess. The papers, the rolls of anything that could be
Anything
big enough for a proper map of the mines.
All right. So with a 15, you're able to figure out pretty easily. It looks like these maps have been sort of tacked up just directly one over the next. So if you flip all the way to the back, you see what looks like the initial layout of the mine. And it's just sort of that first large chamber you came into. Then you see another one that includes, looks like the side corridor you're going down now, but there's no rooms to it yet. You see a third version that adds the rooms. You see a fourth map that starts to add an area to the north of you. And the most recent map, the most recent two maps, start off in like that top northwest corner and then seem to go add a section to the south on the final map. So they almost went sort of counterclockwise from the entrance as they dug out more and more.
Okay.
Anything else y'all want to look at?
Are there any specific, it might be with the maps, but are there any specific plans for what they were, for the direction they were digging or what they were doing?
Yeah, so it looks like the way the maps have been ordered, you get the impression that each one shows the next proposed phase of digging. And the topmost one has an area sort of penciled in that extends to like the bottom, the southeast corner, almost parallel to where you came in. looking at it, you do also gather that the mine sort of slowly descends. It looks like they're sort of digging down as they dig around. And so that newest section looks like it's also probably 50 to 100 feet below you.
Okay.
Oop. Weird. The reveal tool breaks if it hits the edge of the map.
Oh.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna flip up my hood because I'm a designated awesome person. So hard trying not to cuss. And we're gonna. I'm gonna say, all right, boys, we got directions, we got a layout. Let's roll the map. One of us is gonna carry it, and for future reference, if we ever get lost. And let's proceed down this mine. We got a job to do, we got fame to get, we got money to get, and we got glitter bombs to make.
Glitter to collect.
All right. So where are you heading to next?
What's down here? Because like, is this just?
Based on the map you just looked at, that first room is a mess hall, and that lowest room is a barracks where the miners slept.
That's where
Really
we.
supposed not to touch their stuff, but I really don't feel like robbing them because they'll probably know we robbed them or not, and that's gonna hurt our fame, and we can't have that.
Yeah, we're specifically trying to get a good reputation right now.
Leave the miners stuff alone.
I like that Belos has the most like lawful evil reasoning for behaving correctly.
Exactly.
Look, when I read the character sheet and there was no alignment, I will create my own. It's called chaotic stupid.
All right.
My goals are beyond anything. Become rich, become a noble, maybe solve being undead. Maybe that's a low priority.
All right. So where you want to go from here?
Straight up, I guess. If they went counterclockwise, let's follow their trail.
All right. So you can kind of see a branch up ahead of you. Stop about there.
Oh, and for the record, before you say anything, I did put the mask back on as I left.
Okay.
Because I just took it off specifically because I thought the office would be safe. Leaving the office, I would put it back on.
So as you all pass into this section, you feel weirdly warm. Maybe it's all of like the gear you're wearing, but it almost feels like the temperature is rising as you head up this hallway. What's everybody's passive perception?
Oh, it's
Passive perception is 14.
All right.
where do you find passes again? I do not remember. I haven't looked that up in a long time.
Yours is
Oh,
not
okay.
great.
It's a 9.
So you have a -1. So as you all start to come around that corner, Spinny, you hear something, but you weren't sort of like actively. Oops, grabbed the wrong thing. Oh, well, I guess they'll both work. You weren't, like, actively looking for it, and so you come around the corner, and you only notice as it starts to become very, very warm. And you see... Put them on the layer, hit the reveal. As you all sort of get to right about where you're standing, you hear a... It almost sounds like someone trying to start a fire. It's that, like, that spark sound, like shh, 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 whoa. And this section of the hallway illuminates. Dang it. If I click the edge of the map, it breaks. And you see 3 massive flaming hands. You actually catch the 2 smaller ones. They're almost like pulling themselves up out of a burning patch of glitter on the ground. And you actually get to see as the larger one, the fingers sort of protrude and then sort of pull itself along the floor, dragging itself out of a large orange gleaming vein of glitter on the wall.
All right.
Everybody roll for initiative.
Are you sure they saw us?
Spinning your
I mean, they're just hands. They don't have eyes.
Maybe they felt us, like the vibrations of us walking.
While you roll initiative, anyone who's proficient can roll Arcana.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it has a black dot by it.
Yep. Looks like Chaos Monster can roll it as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Belos kills this check. You immediately clock this. Glitter is very reactive to magic. And sometimes that just means it explodes. Sometimes that means it causes ridiculous hallucinations in people who see it. Sometimes it infuses magic with a kind of permanence that it isn't normally supposed to have. To you, this looks like someone has animated spell work. Or the glitter itself has animated spell work.
Man, it's probably a hallucination. A shared one. Let's just pass this by.
All right, so Belos 15. Belos 15, Spinny 14. Did both of y'all get 15s? Oh, yeah. And I'll roll for Chaos Monster. Oh, wow. Chaos Monster rocking the 20. So Chaos Monster will go first. It kind of takes her a second to, like, zero in on what's happening. She sees these things come around the corner, and her first reaction is Firebolt.
It's like, oh, fire. Shoot
No.
She does hit.
Half damage.
Oh no. It hits and does nothing.
Poop.
What's a bummer.
And so she would have stepped up to about here to shoot.
So much good damage just wasted.
Yep. All right, it is Belos's turn.
Okay. Seeing that obviously fire is the best course of action. You know what? I'm just gonna start off light, and I'm gonna hit small fire with a good old chill touch, maybe.
All right, that definitely hits.
I have necromancer with this
8
fire.
points of damage. That knocks out a pretty good chunk of it. And you can actually see you're focusing on it now. It seems like glitter is just roiling through it. Like there's tendrils of glitter that extend through the flame. And the one further back, it has like a different look to it. It looks a little bit less fiery and more transparent. And so you can actually see, like, literally, there are... It almost looks like veins and even, like, bones of glitter running through that large hand in the back. All right. It is Jacobson's turn.
Okey-doke.
Use distance attacks if you've got them.
That's probably a good idea. I was already in my full form. I thought I would run up and bite him, but maybe that's probably not a good idea.
I mean, it is fire. I don't know how fire tastes in the mouth.
I don't
Spicy.
have a iron jaw, I guess. So. We'll go with spells. I'll just shift out.
Well, don't you have an item that lets you use one spell at least?
That's true, yeah.
Per wild shape.
That way you don't waste a wild shape if you decide, because you can always shift out next turn.
True. Alright. Oh, actually I have this, so.
If there even is a next turn.
Right.
All right.
I forgot to look. What was the range on the crossbow? 60 feet. Okay.
So you channel the spell, and as you pull your hands apart and you try and rip the heat out of this thing, you do feel kind of a weird resistance. And actually, as you sort of close the spell around the creature, you see the glitter inside become very agitated all of a sudden. And you almost feel like the spell isn't going to finish properly. And you just barely manage to sort of push through. And it takes 8 points of cold damage and is dead.
Oh, there we go.
How much did Belos deal to the other one?
Oh, did he hit the big one? I thought he hit the small one.
I thought he hit the top small one for some
I
reason.
went to the top small one.
Oh, all right. Never mind. It is not dead.
Confused.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
That's alright. Well, next time we'll take them both out at the same time.
They both seem damaged, but are not dead. Jacobson, anything else in your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Spinny, you're up.
All right, I am going to move myself up 5, 10, 15, 20, and basically stand here and ready an attack for if they get near me. But mostly I want to make it so that in order to get to the rest of the party, they have to go around me and take an opportunity attack.
All right. In that case, check the movement speed. The small hands start to move.
And that first one that moves, I guess that triggers my attack.
Yes.
All right.
When you're fixing.
16. Just barely hits. 10 points. You take it out. The second one, though, is going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
And I've got disadvantage, right? Because I've got the thing on.
Yep. Oh, but you still managed to get out of the way. So you take 5 points of fire damage. As this thing just... It almost... you see like a core of it that the glitter sort of condenses. And it's almost like the spell becomes a spell again for a second. And this cone of fire washes over you.
Okay.
So it's gone. Now it's the big boy.
And it could hit me from a distance? I don't like that.
Yep.
How handy for them.
Whew. The large hand moves forward. Ah, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna get me.
This giant hand rears back, and you see nearly invisible waves of force rippling off of it, and it just clobbers you.
I don't like that.
You are pushed back 5 feet,
I like that
and
less.
you take 25 points of force damage.
What?
Oh, no, sorry. You take 29 points of force damage.
29?
Oh, no, sorry, 25. That font gets real small on my screen.
What? Guys, I'm not looking so hot.
Right.
All right. It is Chaos Monster's turn. She did notice that fire did not work as well as she liked. But that is most of her spells. Let's see. Yeah. Chaos Monster does something very odd. Chaos Monster steps forward, and this in itself is odd because Chaos Monster never just takes a step. Chaos Monster skips. Chaos Monster dances. Chaos Monster moves like crazy all the time. But instead, Chaos Monster takes a slow, methodical step forward, and she points to the giant hand. I'm going to step her forward a little bit. And when she points, there is this... You notice something weird that you've never noticed before. Chaos Monster almost always uses her Abraxas wand when she casts spells. And she swirls it through the air, and glitter sort of shoots off of it, and then the spell fires. She's not holding the wand. When she moves her hand, you actually see the fur at just like the edges of her hand and fingers as she makes this sort of strange gesture in the air. Just the slightest tips of the fur actually come apart, and there is a cloud of glitter around her hand. And she points at the hand and says a word that you all can't understand. But when she says it, there is almost like a breath of glitter comes out of her into the air. Bellost, you're the only one proficient in Arcana, right?
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, easy. 5.
You see something in this cloud of glitter when she speaks. Some kind of symbols, but you can't make them out. And when she speaks, whatever this word is, you see the hand clench and then just freeze. And it's completely motionless. And that's her turn. Now it's Belos's turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. That would be funny if I did that. I haven't used it in such a long time. So I think I would hit both of them if I threw the fireball. If I threw the giant snowball right here, it has a 5-foot radius.
Yeah, you could definitely hit both with it.
Then they should both make a what was it?
For a snowball?
A dex save. Make a dex save of 15, because I'm throwing a snowball at them.
I was like, wait, a wisdom save for a fireball?
I was going off of muscle reflex and wisdom, but it's definitely dex.
Let me double check. Oh, yeah, doesn't matter. All right. So you said dexterity for both?
Yeah.
The small one definitely fails. What's the check on it?
15.
The large one also fails. Oh, wait. Yeah, it still fails. All right. So you fling a smoking ball of frigid energy, and it bursts in this area. And for just a second, there's little, shadowy bats with, frost-covered wings that just start flapping out in all directions. They make contact with the smaller creature, the smaller hand, and it just comes apart into, this inert pile of dead glitter. The larger one, you take a good chunk out of, and it's still weirdly still.
That's fine. I did my part. I hit it with a snowball.
All right. Do you want to move or anything?
No, I feel safe. Right here. And
All
right
right.
back.
It is Jacobson's turn.
I was trying to look up how can I only do the spell thing without shifting once per wild shape?
Yeah, once per wild shape, and you did it last turn.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to risk it. I'm just going to run up to him and bite him. Because why not?
All right.
Where is it?
I'm double checking and making sure that your bonuses are right.
Oh,
Are you a
yeah,
dire wolf right now?
Yeah, because I'm a dire wolf. Yeah, I didn't update the text on my thing, so it's slightly different.
Well, I've just got to double check and make sure your magic item is your new one is working.
Oh, right. Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to remember it's not automatically adding your magic item bonus. So technically, it is a 16, or sorry, technically it's a 15. That actually doesn't hit.
Well, gosh.
There's something about it that, like, literally when you try and clamp down on it, it's like there's a force field. There's even sort of like a sound as you try and crunch into this thing, and your jaw just won't close on it. It is Spinny's turn.
Okay, first things first. I need to heal. So I will be using my bonus action to... Well, where is it? Let's just go under bonus actions. 2 second wind.
All right.
1d10 plus 5. Did that add the plus 5? It did not. So 9 and 5 is 14. Guys, I'm feeling a little better. Still not great, but better. Then I'm gonna rush back up to the hand, and I'm gonna attack it once, and do I have to say before I roll if I want to use a superiority die?
I think the wording is different on each one. I think it'll usually say, like, when this, then this.
Okay, yeah, it says when you hit with a weapon attack and when you hit with a weapon attack. Okay. So
you can wait until after.
yeah, that's what these two say.
And in this case, you do hit.
Okay. I would like to trip attack it.
All right.
Is a D8, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And he has to make a strength saving throw of 13.
All right. So you hit him and you take out a good chunk, but he's just like frozen in place. It doesn't move, it doesn't budge when you hit it.
Okay.
But you knock a pretty good piece out of it.
Okay. In that case, I want to use my second attack now.
All right. That one actually does not hit. you have kind of the same problem Jacobson did. Like, you bring it down, and about 2 or 3 inches away from the surface of it, there's just this sort of wavering, empty air almost.
Out of curiosity, would I get advantage since it's frozen in place?
Not yet.
No. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just wanted to ask to make sure.
All right, that's bonus action and action. Do you want to move or anything?
I would not.
All right. So when the creature's turn comes around, very slowly, it just like lays down on the ground and just stays there. And that's its whole turn. Chaos Monster seems disoriented and is a little like, huh? What? Oh, yeah. Monster thing. And she is going to wave her Abraxas wand and gather up a little bolt of flame and miss horribly. She's very out of it. It is Belos's turn.
You know what? Maybe. How much shape is it looking like it's in?
It is hurt, but not badly yet.
Huh. Okay. What spell do I want to use to make it?
If it helps, it is prone, which means that it has disadvantage against melee attack. Or sorry, melee attacks against it have advantage, but ranged attacks against it have disadvantage. But that won't affect spells with saving throws.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to trip it to try and get it prone.
That makes sense. You know what? Toll the Dead. Let's make it a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
This is the one. This is my go-to. My favorite one. I want to leech his life with my necrotic powers.
He does not save.
Is it because he's also injured as well?
So actually, even though it's sort of in this weird, like, inert state, you feel a kind of resistance when you try and cast your spell. And you just focus in, and in your brain, you sort of count. 1, 2, 3, and then you just sort of clench and push through. You smash through its resistance and smash it with this wave of necrotic energy. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Well, it was previously damage since I rolled 2d12. And
Yep.
So
It is now
13
very
damage.
hurt. Wait, did you say 15?
13.
13. Okay. It is very hurt. And it is Jacobson's turn.
All right. Let me try this again.
And you get to roll with advantage because it's prone.
Oh, right.
All right. Both of those would have hit. I'll take the higher damage. And it's probably not adding 2d6 plus 3.
The other thing, yeah.
Strength is plus... Yeah. So it actually is going to do 11 points of damage. You tear out a big chunk and you actually like pull away with like a mouthful of intangible force that fades, but the glitter inside of it is still like all over your mouth. And it's already prone. All right. Spinny, you're up.
Okay. Since it's prone, I'm gonna whack at it with advantage. Is it still frozen?
It it laid down on the ground, and so it's prone.
Okay. But it didn't attack us or anything, right?
Not on that turn.
Can I do like some kind of check to see if it seems like it'll stay dormant? Like we could not kill it?
Make an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah. So you have fought alongside quite a few spellcasters, and you might even have seen Chaos Monster use this spell before, even though this looked really odd. It looks like this was a version of the command spell. And you know that the command spell only lasts like 5 or 10 seconds. And so even though this was weird, chances are good it's going to pop back up and be ready to fight again very, very soon.
Okay. Knowing that, then I'm not risking it. Next question. Could I doff my shield and swing at it with two hands?
Yes.
I want to do that. Swing at it with advantage with two hands, so the higher damage die. Hopefully, this will go well for me. I don't like that the two-handed damage was less. That makes me angry.
But you do get to roll with advantage.
That is advantage.
Oh, yeah, I did roll twice. You actually don't hit.
What?
It is, even though it's in this prone position, it is projecting some kind of field that makes it difficult to get to.
All right. I'm going to just swing at it again, I suppose. Surely.
Yes, that definitely hits. 10 points of damage. You bring Smasher down, and it still hasn't moved. It's just sitting there. And Smasher, like, manages to disrupt whatever this is around it and hits it, and there's a... and it just falls to the ground. The sort of the hand of it just fades, and the glitter that hits the ground almost looks more like dust or sand. It's lost its sort of glimmering quality. That being said, Jacobson, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Me.
Oh, roll 1d6.
D6.
You go deaf.
Huh?
The glitter in your mouth has sort of a weird sour taste to it. And
Before we continue, you could use my aura, my cloak aura, to have advantage on that if you want.
Oh, like reroll the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. You can only do it once per day, but you could do that.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Colby.
No worries.
I just have to remember.
Oh,
So you were meant to become deaf.
Apparently.
and just for future reference, try and get it after the roll,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
before
I
the
know.
effect.
I forget.
No
to
worries.
remind people.
So yeah, there's this sour taste, and you feel a weird, I don't know, like sick sensation running through your body. And then you realize like it got really quiet in here. And normally it gets a little quiet after fights, but usually Chaos Monster like disrupts the silence by getting distracted and like humming to herself and like poking things and skipping around the room. And you realize you can't hear that.
I know it's Sean.
So I'm going to run to the restroom real quick if anyone else needs a bathroom break.
Not a bad idea.
I've been drinking like, with my Yeti, I've been drinking the equivalent of like a dozen bottles of water a day. It's good, but also not good.
Right.
So we'll be right back.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did somebody put on intermission music?
Yep, that was me.
All right.
I had it in my head the whole time I was sitting there, so I had to find it.
Is this music copyrighted?
Almost certainly.
Probably. I'm probably ruining the channel for you. That
All
was
right.
Monty Python's intermission music.
Yeah, I don't know how I would get notified that my stream just got killed. So we're back. And Jacobson is temporarily deaf.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do y'all want to do?
Did anybody else really get hurt in that fight?
No, just you. And
Because
Jacobson.
you did literally put yourself out there as a Muppetfolk shield for the rest of your party.
I did. I
So-
also wasn't expecting for one of them to do 25 damage.
In a sense, you were successful. Looking at it, that creature might not have been as balanced as I thought. It was an official creature. Slightly brutal. All right. What do you want to do?
Which way were we headed? Up this way or up this way?
Well, let's take a look. So you're close enough now to see, it looks like over here, suddenly everything becomes darker. Oh no, it's shade. It looks like they followed what looked like a promising vein, and it didn't seem to lead as far as they thought.
Ah, okay.
All right. Oh, you know what? Before we continue on, I restocked some potions. We don't need to take. I don't need a short rest. Let me.
You do also have the other effect of your cloak if you wanted to use it.
Does it heal? It does heal. I forgot about the mending part.
Yep.
Yeah, let's use the mending part of my cloak to heal myself for. Actually, do I want to do that or do I want to save it for a potential reroll of a saving throw? Let's save the. Is the healing part a bonus action or a full action?
You'll have to look at the phrasing. I was just looking.
Yeah.
Fully half of the pre-gens that started
a
this campaign had
reaction.
mending.
It's a reaction. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to save that in case I need it in a dire situation. And I will use where are my healing potions? I know that I bought some. There it is, potion of healing. I will use one of them. It's 2d4 plus 2. So 7, and it already had the plus 2, so 7 more life for me.
All right.
All right. And did that come out of my inventory? It did not, so I need to remove one. There we go. So yeah, let's now move on because I'm feeling not great, not the best, but still pretty good.
I'll have to remember to tweak that in the future.
What's that?
I'll have to remember to tweak that monster if I use it in the future.
I mean, we killed it.
Yeah, no, nobody died, so you know.
All right. Turn the combat off. All right, so you're looking at another sort of long corridor that slopes out to the east. Why does it keep pulling up the wrong tool when I click it? There we go. So it looks like this one is sort of looping back towards a part of that main chamber you hadn't reached yet.
Let's go then. Maybe if anything's in that main chamber, we can sneak up behind it.
All right, Spinny. Same spiel. I'll be behind you the whole time until I'm not. I was with you last fight. I'll be with you the next fight. And then one after that. One after that. Until we die. It's just, I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
So sort of looking out, you can see there's actually multiple elevation levels in play here. It looks like there's sort of a precipice. There's ground level with you that the rail is running across. And just past it, it looks like an area where they have dug down to get to pockets of glitter. And so it's probably a solid 10 or 15 foot drop there.
Over right here.
Oops. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down to here.
From the wood to not the wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you sort of pass back into this main chamber, you can kind of see where, again, it looks like they sort of turned these early excavation areas into storage, into not like long-term storage, but it looks like equipment would be stored here, maybe glitter that was outgoing, or if they needed to like shift rubble out of the mine.
All right. I'll keep on going in then.
Let's see a little bit further.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Okay. I want to go over to the edge here and kind of look down where they've been digging. I know we're not to the deepest, newest part of the mine, but do I see any signs of people who have gone missing, like who have just disappeared, or signs of struggles, or just like it could be equipment laying around, or something just looking abandoned?
Make an investigation check.
Fluff smeared across the wall. Investigation. Nope. I don't see nothing.
You don't see any particular signs of like chaos or tumult in this area. This is sort of an older section of the mine. If anything, it's just weirdly quiet down here. Most of you have probably not spent much time in a mine. The sounds that you do hear echo really far. But there's just not that usual sort of... There's no sound of like ambient noise of people around you. There's no sounds of wildlife. You can't even hear the hum of the greater lights above. It is maybe the most quiet that any of you all have ever experienced.
Well, it's definitely quiet for me.
Yeah.
All right.
So what you're seeing here, ahead of you and to the right, how to explain this? Okay, so to your right, you see a bridge that's been built out over this lower area of excavation. The end of the bridge slopes downward and meets this other section here, where it looks like a connecting section has been built with this area, and there's an even lower area that it looks like you could get down to by either just dropping, or there seems to be some kind of lift apparatus. But it also looks like the trail continues, or sorry, not trail, but it looks like the path continues up ahead of you as well.
Okay. Looking down into the pit, I don't know what else to call it besides a pit, where they've dug out. Does there seem to be anything of interest at the moment, even if it's not signs of disappearances?
Make a fresh investigation check.
Nope, still nothing.
Nope.
I got no reason to use that lift. Let's continue down the pathway, guys. We're here for a job. Let's get it done.
We have fame and glory to go collect. Let's get this job done.
That was how they missed the secret boss room.
I'm more concerned about missing the secret plus 12 sword to killing.
So it looks like the path continues up ahead and to the left. It does look like the section of bridge you're going to go over. It does go over that very deep section. Actually, you can probably see. Well, probably see that. All right, where are you going?
We're going up.
All right.
Right? Is that cool with you guys?
Makes sense to me.
All right. We're going up.
Can't hear anything, so I'm just gonna follow.
True.
If you see us running around screaming on fire, we're probably running around surround fire.
Just for giggles, Jacobson, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
All right. Cost.
Nope, you still deaf. All right. So you get a little bit further out, and you can see there's another section of bridge that's going to take you over. Looks like it goes out maybe over some more of that lower section. You also see what looks like a path that goes off to the left.
I want to move up a little closer to both and see if I can spy a little further down or anything. See if I see anything of interest in either direction.
Make a perception check.
Percept. I perceived averagely.
All right. You don't see anything too particular that would sort of lead you one way or the other. It does seem like the construction to your right, just based on like the way the hallways have been shaped, It looks very intentional, which is odd compared to a lot of the... It seems like they were mostly following like natural patterns in the stone.
Okay.
And here, though, it seems like they suddenly just drove a couple of hallways just straight through, moving ahead.
Well, let's go that way then. Boop, 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 boop.
So once you get there, you can see that it kind of continues out ahead a ways. It also looks like you see a weird glow coming from your right.
A weird glow.
Like this multicolored glow. And it looks like it's coming from like a lower space and then like shining up.
Okay. I want to put a hand out to stop everyone from walking and draw their attention to it. Specifically Jacobson, I want to make sure, since he can't hear me, I want to make sure he sees. What do you guys think that is?
It's probably more of those magic hands.
Jackson shouts, "It could be one of those magic hands."
Well, if nobody's got any actual ideas, I'm going to go that way and see if I can figure out what it is. And trying to be sneaky if I can, because it really could be one of those hands again.
Right. Although we're not sure how they sensed us the other time.
Yeah.
The good news is it's probably the small ones because the DM kind of let slip. But the next time he uses the big one again, he'll try and mess with the stats more, which probably entails that it's probably not a big magic hand, and that's me breaking the fourth wall.
Using his fourth wall abilities.
All right, Spinny, I'm right behind you until I'm not. We got this. Let's go. Don't touch the glowing goop. That's probably like radiation.
Don't take the brown acid. You'll go deaf.
Let's go to the room.
I like the fact that we just bypassed the hallway and didn't even check it.
I'm sure we glanced down it.
So you get to this room, and you can now see this sort of multicolored glow. Spinny, this room, make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save.
This room freaks you out. Your Muppetfolk brain is struggling to process what you're seeing.
I take a few steps back. Guys, what in the world is that? What is going on?
Oh, easy. That's been in punch.
Is it the same, kind of like when you saw like the rat burn the...
You all do recognize this. This is that strange mind-bending liquid that you found in Northwood. That seemed to be pouring into those caves from outside somehow. Like, not just like outside of the cave, but like from beyond the great stage. And what it looks like in this room is this stuff has poured in, and it has mingled with the glitter. And so there's like a basin that is formed at the bottom of the room, and the glitter is glowing in the water, and just sort of gently, almost like there's a current in here, just sort of gentle waves of different colored glowing glitter moving through the water.
It would probably be smart for us to not go in there. It's just an empty room.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
But
this.
I kind of want to go in there as well.
Like, take a stick and poke the goo just to see what it does. The interdimensional goo that's now melded with glitter.
See, you know what? Maybe let's just put a pin in this, and we'll deal with this later. Let's just go further into the mines, maybe.
All right. If we're gonna put this on hold,
Okay, well, I don't know how to. I don't really want to go in and investigate radioactive QB room with glitter. Like this stuff's already bad as it is, and now to make it with glitter.
no, you're absolutely right. I didn't mean that to sound judgmental or like
No, I
I'm
completely
disappointed. That was not how it meant to come across.
Okay, Fellas understands how you meant. We'll put a pin in this. Maybe in the future, someone can come back and we'll circle back to this. Okay, we'll circle around to this.
Yeah. Does
Good.
just before we leave it though, does Chaos Monster specifically have any ideas what's going on in this room? She seems to understand glitter more than most.
She still has that sort of spacey look.
Okay.
Huh? Oh. I don't know. It looks like the weird stuff from that, like, cave with the, the rat thing that was a rat, but it wasn't a rat. And there was, like, that guy. I don't know. It seems... I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, probably it's the heart of problems of what's going on in this mind. It probably is, but you know what? Let's clear the rest of it. Let's make sure the rest of it's safe, and then we can come back and we can deal with this one step at a time. All right? Let's go kill things. That's what we're good at, and then we'll go investigate.
Do it.
My character shouts again. Yeah, we can come back to this room later. We should probably keep moving.
So I just started walking this way. You guys want to go this way, or we could go back to the left or up the other hallway?
Let's go this way. We're already in it.
Yeah, we're
Forward.
already headed down this hallway.
Let's do it then.
It's the black and white world again.
Boop, boop, boop.
On me.
All right, guys, left or right?
I think right, because that's we learned that they were sort of going counterclockwise. So if we want to find the newer part of the mine, I think we need to keep going like that.
Isn't counterclockwise left?
What?
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh.
I was definitely going around clockwise. I'm a moron.
I mean, I am Bellows.
Sorry, I'm on mute. No, sorry. I was incorrect. It's clockwise, not counterclockwise.
Oh, so I was doing the right thing.
For the wrong reason.
Understanding what I should have been doing.
You were accidentally doing the right thing.
So then, yeah, I say we go to the right.
Let's definitely do the right because now with that new information, right seems to be more appropriate.
Give y'all a little more hallway. You see that the path here branches to the right and then kind of curves up ahead.
Definitely have to.
Move forward with caution.
Hold on, so I can reveal some more map. So you can see part of what looks like a dark chamber. The glow in here is very faint, and there's actually a weird quality to it. There's almost like a heat wave, heat mirage kind of aura to the glow.
Not that way, guys. With that to the top you were saying?
No, from the bottom.
From the bottom. Yeah, I'm not going in there, guys.
Okay, we'll go up.
If there's another hand in there, it will kill me.
So hold on just a second. Oops.
Look, it can only kill you if we let it kill you, okay? Remember that spinning.
It's not a proper dungeon if not one of us at least dies once.
Ah,
That is not a dungeon if there's no dragons. Like, come on.
Right.
No dungeons and no dragons? Come on. False advertising.
this is just The Sims.
Oops, I'll catch up, Chaos Monster. So you all are continuing to the north?
Yes.
All right.
Unless you guys have any convincing argument why we should go south.
I have no problem going north.
All right. To the north we go.
So you all get to about there, and everyone make a perception check.
Do I get advantage technically with Lugosi, even though he has the disadvantage?
It would just be a flat roll.
Well, then I got 15.
Is this a smell check or?
This would actually, for you, this could be a smell check.
Okay.
This is definitely a sight one for me.
Never mind.
Jacobson, this is appropriate that it's you. You get past that hallway, and then you realize that you're smelling something. You smell cat?
Spin.
It smells like cat. Why does it smell like cat? And right about the time you have that thought, something pokes its head out of the doorway. You turn. You turn and see a massive, like, black velvet felt creature. It's vaguely cat-shaped, but it has more of like an aerodynamic quality to it than you would expect. Some of the proportions are weird. And there are large, like, flailing tendrils coming off of its back. And now that you see it, you can hear it going.
Well, I can hear it.
The rest of you can hear. So I'm going to have y'all roll initiative.
All right. Like, guys, I like a cat. I smell a cat. Tentacles.
I smell tentacle cat.
Well, my initiative is, we're fine. It's good. It's just one tentacle cat.
Yes.
We're all gonna die.
I mean, it might have multiple tentacles, but it's just one cat with multiple tentacles.
I feel like this mine was meant to nerf Fireball, because if I use Fireball, we all die.
Oh no!
Oh no.
2 of us did it. Chaos Monster's screwed unless she rolls high, but she never does. So Chaos Monster's gonna get
Oh.
Chaos Monster roll high. The likelihood of this cat out initiating Chaos Monster is gonna be very slim to none. Jacobson, I got a problem with you. You're probably gonna get left in the dust, and the cat's probably going to destroy you.
So, Jacobson, you are first.
I look at Spanny. I think I figured out why the miners are disappearing.
Oh, and Jacobson, you're still a direwolf, right?
Yes.
You are actually large.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. All right then.
There we go.
That is a great picture.
All right, a 12. Go ahead and roll again. Oh. That was a disadvantage roll.
Oh.
So you go to snap at this thing, and you try to get in close, and it's just quick and sort of steps back a pace out of your reach. We are at Chaos Monster. Chaos Monster is going to... It's got to be Firebolt. She is a creature of habit.
Chaotic habit.
She's going to use her Tides of Chaos. So with advantage, it'll be a flat roll. And she's going to hit it for 12 points of fire damage. All right. It is Das Kitty's turn. The one that's in front of Jacobson can't actually get past him because he's big. So it's going to attack him. The tendrils on its back whip forward. Does a 16 hit?
Let's see, Direwolf, armor class 14. So, yes.
All right. It's going to whack you pretty good. Both tendrils just simultaneously smack you from either side. All right, doing some math. The first one hits you for 11.
Oh, gosh.
And it's very specific. It's sort of like a smack and then a drag. So the smack is sort of a concussive force. And then there's like spines on it that tear a chunk as it pulls away. The second one hits you for 15.
Nope, I am no longer a wolf.
Poof. You hear more growling. Jacobson, you can just barely see as another creature sort of squeezes past into the hallway. And now there's just, it looks like this sort of sea of tendrils above these two creatures. And they're just kind of like moving back and forth, looking at you all. Second one doesn't have enough room to get forward. It is Belos's turn.
Oh, perfect. So, I guess I'm just gonna scorching ray this first one.
All right.
26.
That, sorry, you got to roll twice.
Oh, well, is that disadvantage? 23.
That does hit. And actually, when it hits, you see for a second, it like, there's a flickering, and when you hit it, the flickering sort of fades, and you can see the bolt of fire flash across it. Let's go ahead and roll damage for that one.
9.
Nice.
Solid.
All right. Go ahead and roll your second one with disadvantage. Or sorry, no, your next two won't have disadvantage. So that hits. So go ahead and roll a third.
Another 9.
Jeez.
16.
That will also hit.
For an 8.
You just light this thing up. You blow like giant chunks out of it with this flame. And you can see the sort of the fluff underneath is smoldering. And it is Spinny's turn.
Yep, I'm gonna rush at it. Actually, here. And I'm going to swing at him. Attack 1. Yeah!
Jeez.
I crit, but rolled min damage.
Oh. So
That's frustrating.
So is that 11 total?
I think it's just 6 total. 5 and 1 equals 6. Yeah. Yep, so 6 total damage for one attack.
Oh, okay. Wait, no.
Yeah, when I hover over it, it says 1 plus 5 equals 6.
That doesn't seem right, because it says that the critical damage is 5, and even if you had rolled a 1, you have plus 5. So I think it is 11.
That is how it does. So 5 and 6 total, so 11 damage.
Not bad for minimum. You tear another huge chunk out of it, and now there's just like fluff spilling out of its pierced hide. And you have another attack.
Right. Nice.
My phone keeps going off. Oh, that's Jacobson on one of our Discords.
Oh,
Jacobson, what are you doing?
it's my.
He was posting a link to our game. Yep, that
Oh,
hits.
no, a while ago, yeah.
8 more points of damage. Yeah, I feel like Discord notifications take a while.
Mine sometimes act weird. Like if I have Discord active on the computer, they don't show up on my phone.
Yeah. All right. It is badly injured, and it is Jacobson's turn.
Okie doke. Well,
Should we be scared due to the fact that I don't know? There's two more, and we're barely handling one.
Wait, there's two more? I thought there was just one more.
No, there's definitely two more.
There's two that we can see, and then there's two more that we can't see?
Well, there's here, and there's a third one down below somewhere, right? Because we could hear it smelling about.
Well then.
Yeah. It's okay, you're fine. You're in the front.
Right.
The front of the party, where nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah, right? I mean...
I lost my wolf form or anything.
Strength saving throw. Well, first one got a 20. Second one only manages a 6. So the one in the back is entangled.
Yeah.
So entangled is restrained? Yes. All right. It is Chaos Monster's turn. And on restrained, I believe that is advantage on attacks against it. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and its attack rolls have disadvantage. And it has disadvantage on dexterity checks. So,
Nice.
Jacobson, you bring your hands sort of out, down, and up, and grasping sort of plush vines burrow up through the rock, and they're like coated in glitter because they've pushed up through this rock. And the one in front manages to like pull against them, and they snap. But the one in back is like tangled up in all of these vines.
Is there a certain icon we use for concentrating?
We'll go with yellow dot.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
All right. I think also, I don't know if you can mark concentrating. Nope. But you can mark deafened.
Apparently.
All right. So Chaos Monster is not happy with the number of creatures coming around the corner, and she is going to fire off some Scorching Rays. First one hits. Whew. 8 points of fire damage. I think I have too many windows open, and my game's starting to freak out a little bit. 2 more bolts. Second one hits. 9 more points of damage. And the last one hits. Jeez. So 9 and then 11 for 20 total points on those last two, which is just enough to kill it. So you see these bolts of fire come off the tip of the Abraxas wand and just pierce through this creature. It actually lets out kind of a pathetic, like... and it almost seems to deflate when it dies. Like the... You see glitter, that inert glitter, just sort of like pouring out of the wounds along with its fluff. And it shrinks and shrinks until even the tendrils sort of like go limp. It looks like the size of a regular cat. All right. That one's dead. The other one is entangled. It's going to make a strength saving throw to try and break out. It's going to succeed, but is entangle start or the end of its turn? Use its action. So it frees itself, but it can't do anything else. It's going to go ahead and move up to Spinny. All right, it is Belos's turn.
You know, I almost casted it. I was thinking, man, if I set out a nice moonbeam, it's gonna be good to help them close the battlefield. But I don't understand. I don't think a 40-foot column and glitter mines will be good.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
So you know what? We'll do the common thing. This one's getting a scorching ray too. First one misses.
That one misses, and now that it is, now that it's out of the entangle, this one hasn't been hit, and so you're rolling these with disadvantage.
Oh, so I should just roll my first one for disadvantage. And then would that still be the first one roll?
Yep.
And then would the next one be disadvantage or is normal?
All three are disadvantage. It seems to go away once you hit it.
16. Okay.
Let me double check. Nope, that one doesn't hit.
18 and it's the moment
25. That one does hit.
16.
6 damage, but more importantly, you scorch through, and now it that sort of weird distortion effect fades.
Does it fade for everyone or just me only?
For everybody.
Oh, you guys are welcome.
And it is Spinny's turn.
Sorry, what did it do for us?
So these things seem to have some kind of defense mechanism, maybe some kind of like illusory effect that changes where they're actually standing. And now that he's managed to hit it, it seems to be briefly disoriented and unable to use that defense.
Okay.
So you'll roll with just regular rolls.
Gotcha. My question, before I do anything, with Entangle, once they break free, they're just free? They don't have to roll again at the start of their turn or anything if they stay in the entanglement area?
It's just difficult terrain.
But yeah, it doesn't re-restrain anybody or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only the initial cast restrains.
I think Black Tentacles does, but
Web
this doesn't.
does. I'm 99% sure Web would they'd have to make the throw every time with Web. But so I just wanted to check because if there was a way to get him caught up again, I was gonna try and make him get caught up again. But since there isn't, I'm going to smash him.
Yeah, Web, if they stay in that area,
Yeah.
at the start of their next turn, they would have to save again.
Yeah.
But Web's also a level 2 spell.
Yeah. So like I said, I just wasn't sure about Entangle, if there was a way to get them captured by it again or something.
Yep, but that is some nice damage.
Yeah. Max damage this time.
So with its defenses burnt away, you're easily able to just club this thing.
Good. It needs to be clubbed. But I'm not going to use any superiority dice or anything. I want to save those. So I'm going to smash it again.
That hits again for another solid 11 points.
Nice. That's the same amount of damage I did with my crit.
Yeah. All right.
It's okay.
It is Jacobson's turn.
So, were we for certain that there was more of these things coming from down here, or is these the only ones we're dealing with?
This is all you've seen so far, and it's been a couple of rounds. So if one is waiting, there might be some reason, or there might just not be another one.
I was trying to decide if it's necessary for me to keep the difficult terrain there. It's not gonna really do much right now.
Well, unless you're going to cast another concentration spell,
Yeah,
there's no reason why not to.
good point. I'm going to. I'll just cast Frostbite at him. See what that does.
What's funny is all of the bots, you can tell they're made on the same day.
You can actually look at all that information and know, yeah.
Yeah, it shows on everyone's account like when they started their account.
Oh, right.
All right, so Frostbite is going to be a con save. It gets a 5. So it's going to take those 4 points and have disadvantage on its next attack. All right. It is Chaos Monster's turn. Chaos Monster... It's going to have disadvantage on the next attack. I think she's just going to firebolt it. She's kind of thinking, maybe there's more to do here, and she doesn't want to blow all her spells. But she only gets a 10. All right, that's her turn. It's the creature's turn. It's going to attack Spinny with disadvantage because of the frost that's clinging to it. So it is still going to hit, though.
Ugh.
It's kind of sluggish because of the frost, but it just manages to sort of crack the tendril in a weird arcing angle that catches you by surprise. You take 7 points of damage.
7.
It makes the second attack straight up and critical miss.
Whew.
It's still sort of frozen, and
You said
so
critical and I got scared.
nope, sorry. The tendrils are still sort of frost laden, and they can't quite like get back into attack position.
Yeah.
All right. It is Belos's turn.
Awesome. So, I'm going to have it make a wisdom saving throw for Toll the Dead.
All
I
right.
don't want to put it up there, but I always do. I mean, it's probably going to pass it, but it's still worth a try.
Yeah, it rolled a 17.
Bummer. No, that's my turn.
All right, we're at Spinny.
All right. Spinny is gonna smash. Boom. Smasher does not hit.
No, it does not.
Let's try again.
That one does hit.
Nice.
10 more
damage.
points. It is...
Wait, was I supposed? I was still rolling normal, right? Not
Right, so that was
disadvantage?
2 attacks.
What's that?
That was 2 attacks.
Right, but I just want to make sure I'm not supposed to roll at disadvantage.
Oh, when was the last time it got hit?
The last time I hit it, I think.
Oh, yeah. Good call. It would be disadvantage.
Okay. So that it doesn't roll damage again, I'm just going to roll a d20 and we'll add 6 to it.
All right.
So 16.
Does still hit.
Good. So 10 damage still.
All right. It is starting to look bad.
And now people attack it with
Regular. Yep.
regular. Nice.
I remember to add a dot when it comes to its turn again. All right. Jacobson, you are up.
You know what? It was so much fun last time. Let's do that again.
All right. Con save. $21. It rolled real good. All right. So you try and like coat this thing in frost again, and it just kind of like shakes itself, and the frost that was forming disperses. So we are up to Chaos Monster. Chaos Monster tried to be patient and is no longer feeling patient. So Chaos Monster will... Chaos Monster will cast another Scorching Ray. And she rolls a 4 to hit. So first one doesn't hit. Second one hits. Third one crits. Oh, weird. It didn't put all the rolls up. Strange. Oh, there it went. It was just slow. Very, very slow. So first one hits for 10 points of damage. Can anyone see this the crit damage yet? Oh, there it went. 13 more damage. This thing is in very bad shape. But now, guess what time it is? It's a wild magic surge.
I was like, it's the Displacer Beast's turn, I guess.
Somebody roll a 1d100.
The last time I did it, someone got turned into a potted plant. So, how about someone else?
You know what, Jacobson, you got this.
All right. A D100?
Yep. $59. Oh. Chaos Monster regains her lowest level expended spell slot.
Oh.
Nice.
On the whole, actually, most of them are good or neutral. There's only a handful of bad ones, but the bad ones are really bad.
Yeah, I thought it was normally, I thought the table was split up basically into thirds. 1/3 bad, 1/3 neutral, and 1/3 good.
That sounds about right. I looked at the math on it one time, and it's been a while. Because
Yeah,
it's
so-
not just like, it's not numerically in order.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
not like 1 through 33 is this, and then...
Right, but hypothetically, 66% of the time, you should be getting something neutral or good.
Yeah, that one was very good.
Yes,
So that
it was.
reset her Tides of Chaos and let her regain a spell slot. It's now the Displacer Beast's turn. Frostbite did not hit. It does regain its Flickering. And it is going to attack Spinny. That is a natural 2 on the first roll and a natural 1 on the second roll.
Huzzah!
This creature, everyone make an animal handling check.
Animal.
I'm using this as a substitute for. I guess it could also be nature, if you have better nature than animal handling.
Okay, good.
All right. All three of you notice this. This creature seems. It doesn't seem like it's used to its own body. Like.
Oh no.
Have you ever.
Actually cats that we're killing, aren't they?
Have you ever, like, seen, like, a dog or a cat that has to wear, like, snow boots or something? And you know how they walk kind of, like, weird and stiff-legged? It looks like that. This thing looks like it doesn't... Like, its limbs are not the right length, and it doesn't know what to do with these tendrils, and it's really mad and scared and doesn't know what's going on.
Then we should put it out of its misery.
And it's Belos's turn.
Lawful evil again.
Well, I mean, we have to clear out the mines.
Right.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna magic missile this foe.
Okay.
I'm pretty pragmatic here.
4.
That hits, and Magic Missile cannot miss, so it blasts through the distortion, and it looks like it's hitting empty space, and then the distortion fades, and you realize that that's where it was standing. So you hit it for 12 points of damage. It is on its last legs.
Ha! I knew it. Magic missile should and the ultimate go-to when fighting these beasts.
And it is Spinny's turn.
Oh no. I'm going through my inventory because I wanted to see if I could feed it and maybe get a pet. But I only have 1 day of rations. Wait, did I read that right? No, I've got. What's the quantity? Wait, quantity. Oh, I have more than 1 day of rations. I have 20 days of rations. I want to pick up some rations and try and feed it.
Okay, so you should have told me this before I tried to kill him.
Guys, stop. I think I want to try and make friends with it. Let's. I'm going to try and give it some rations.
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
I'm gonna die.
It doesn't attack you, but it doesn't necessarily seem friendly towards you either. It is eating the rations that you've sort of thrown out, and not really paying you any attention right this second.
Yeah, I'm 100% taking that as a positive sign, and I will turn around completely and be like, guys, just give me a chance, and that'll be my turn.
All right, then it's Jacobson's turn.
I don't know if I have any. I will try to do the same as Spinny, and I too will try to feed it some rations.
All right, animal handling with advantage.
We are 100% setting ourselves up to just be mauled by this thing.
Well, you know. Oh, with advantage, right?
It actually responds a little bit better to this.
Jacobson is a druid, so I'd hope so.
It's okay. It was with advantage, not disadvantage. So it's gone from like ignoring you all to like now it's just kind of looking at Jacobson curiously, like And occasionally it takes another bite of rations and then looks at him. Oh, it's Chaos Monster's turn.
It's okay. It's 100% okay if she would kill it.
Well, here's the problem. Chaos Monster would kill it. Harry would definitely be on board with plan make the monster a pet.
This is true.
So, even though it goes against character, I'm going to I'm gonna to err on the side of player there, because Chaos Monster is not great with animals, and she knows it. She is going to kind of back up Jacobson and use the help action to give him advantage on his next check.
I can dig it.
All right. It's the creature's turn. It's happily eating. And it's Belos's turn.
I already got this planned out, boys.
We need a harness leash or something.
But when I had this planned out, I don't have it planned. You know what? I'm gonna prepare a chilling touch. I prepared it so that Kitty attacks you guys after you try to handle it for a little bit and it tries to kill you. Then I'm gonna attack it. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave it alone. This is your problem. That's my turn. I'll leave it there. If it attacks you, I attack it. If it doesn't, we're fine. We're fine. This is your cat.
That seems reasonable.
It's our rodeo.
All right. I just remembered that I started to give you all the tool proficiency feats and didn't give them to all of you. My bad. What's this one called? Yep, there we go. All right. So you can look at them later, but Belos and Spinny just picked up new feats.
Feats. Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, why haven't they used this? And then I was like, oh, I bet I haven't actually said anything about it yet. So we'll talk about those in a second.
I will have to, I guess, reload my page maybe.
Yeah. But I thought I had put them in there like weeks ago, and I apparently started and then forgot. Because Jacobson has his, but the rest of you don't. Spinny, it's your turn.
I noticed Jacobson. I noticed it reacting better to Jacobson, so I'm going to take the disengage action and slowly back away.
All right.
Letting Jacobson have it's a moment with it.
All right. So Jacobson, you have the help action from Chaos Monster. So you're going to roll with advantage. So roll another animal handling check.
All right. Ooh.
It doesn't make the situation worse, but it doesn't seem to improve it either.
Is there any way we can do like an Arcana check and figure out if we can change this thing back into whatever it was before?
Make a nature check. Nature or Arcana, whichever y'all want to make.
All of us, or
I assume you're probably all wondering this.
okay? Nature, Arcana, they're the same for me. So there we go. Spinning knows nothing.
Yep, that sounds about right.
But Belos knows everything.
Yeah, Belos just like world minds and sees the Matrix. You have a fairly good idea what happened. You imagine that this was probably like just a cat that they kept in the mine, partially as a pet, partially as like rodent control, so that like mice wouldn't get into their glitter or their food storage. But it seems like this, whatever has happened here, has caused a rapid buildup of glitter and like glitter exposure for this creature. You suspect that if you got it out of here and treated it properly, it would probably go back to something like it used to be. Probably not exactly what it was before. All right. So that puts us to Chaos Monster again. What is she gonna do? Whoops. Nope. That is not what she's gonna do. I think she's gonna join Belos on team holding an attack. On its turn, it's still chomping, but it's starting to run out of food. And so it's kind of looking at you all again a little more hungrily. Belos, are you still holding a spell?
Until it attacks, I'm holding Chill Touch.
All right. Spinny.
So it still seems docile for the moment. Do I want to take some rope out of my bag and sort of fashion it into like a lasso and see if I can't go and slip it around the beast and create sort of like a collar with it, a collar and a leash. I do it carefully.
Yeah. Make like a harness bridle type deal or something.
Yeah, I'm assuming another animal handling check.
Very definitely.
What I would say is let's have you two do this together.
Okay.
So Jacobson, you're keeping it calm. Spinny, you're slowly walking forward with this leash. Each of you roll animal handling.
Just regular.
Yeah. All right. It works. The creature eats the food and then just kind of like yawns and stretches and then just sort of like sits.
Okay. Let's.
Can I like? Yeah. Do we lead it out of here or do I ride it out of here? Like.
I
What?
think for now we just tie it up, maybe in the room it came from, and then before we leave the dungeon, we come and get it and take it out with us.
That could work. We could leave some more food with it.
Yeah, good idea.
All right. So you lead this leashed displacer beast back into its den. who's gonna? All right, Spinny, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Crud.
Let me figure out what happens to you.
Can we see the rest of this room now? Like, what's in it?
Yes. So this was sort of a larger area, and it looks like here maybe they didn't get quite as much of the. They didn't get quite as much of the glitter cleared away, and it looks like the magic in here has more of an illusory quality to it, where you've experienced several times glitter taking on sort of a fiery nature. This room seems to radiate illusion magic, and you imagine that probably it was this space that caused these creatures to change. So, Spinny, you come in, and this pattern of, like, it just sort of washes over you, like, pretty lights and colors and shapes, and you just stop. You are incapacitated and charmed, and have a speed of 0 for a minute.
Well, that's not too bad.
1 minute.
Considering that the beasts are sort of already...
Placated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a lot worse if you'd walked in.
When they were still aggressive.
Yep. So Spinny zones out. I guess Jacobson needs to make it too, because he walked in as well.
I was gonna ask. Wisdom. Was it wisdom?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no! You are also charmed, incapacitated, and have a speed of 0 as light and color just sort of washes over you. So Chaos Monster and Belos see them lead this creature into this room, get to the edge of it, and then just stand there for a full minute doing nothing.
Or like drooling or something.
I'm gonna make my way down. I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna watch for a second. I just want to figure out what's going on. Let's just watch them. Like, I feel we got some time. I just want to see them. How long they can stay in the room with the cat days before I do something.
Making my way down cave.
Just gonna take my time.
So
should we
not do this in that minute?
Nothing happens to you. You're just awkwardly stuck.
All right. So I'm just gonna say we're good.
I probably
Yeah.
could have pulled you out, but I didn't really want.
You leave some more rations for it. It seems content. As warped as it's been by this magic, it was not quite like a house cat, but it was domesticated. Like, the people here fed it and took care of it, and it did things for them, and that was its vibe. So it sort of settles back into that.
I'm guessing, yeah, it's not hurting anything to leave it in the illusion room.
No, it's fine in here.
When the Myers come back, they'll have to kill it themselves.
Well, and the illusion room is probably going to protect it. The room will protect it from anything else that might be wandering around.
This is true.
All right. So, Jacobson, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you're still deaf. All
Hey guys,
right.
I still can't hear anything.
Wow. All right. So I think we're going to put a pin in it here.
Okay.
I'm going to figure out stats for a displacer cat.
sorry to make you have to do that, but
I mean,
fair.
why doesn't D&D just have a displacer cat stat block?
I know, right?
It just seems intuitive.
Wait, how did they not have displacer? How did they not have stat blocks? They were trying to kill us a second ago.
Oh, no.
Displacer cat, not a displacer beast.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it there, and we'll come back next week to finish. No, sorry, we won't come back next week. We'll come back the week after next. I'm going to be out of town this upcoming weekend.
All right.
On the 4th, we will continue delving into the glitter mines to find out what's been happening here.
All right. Sounds great. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Oh, wait, before we go, what's my new features or traits or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Cool. So, I decided that tool proficiencies are useless. So, I thought, let's give them a use. Jacobson has an herbalism... Well, technically you have cartographer's tools and herbalism kit, and each person only gets one sort of for free. So I gave you Breath of Life. With 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, you can use your herbalism kit to brew a number of lesser healing potions, equal to half your proficiency bonus rounded down, minimum of 1. It functions in all ways as a potion of healing, except that it only heals 1d4 plus 1 hit points. These special potions only last for 24 hours before they lose their effect, and at one time you can only have a number of lesser healing potions equal to your proficiency bonus. Any additional potions immediately become inert. Chaos Monster doesn't have any tool proficiencies. She has a dice set. Belos has Scribe. With 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, you can use your calligrapher's supplies, painter's supplies, or forgery kit to copy a cantrip you have recorded in this way, or another cantrip you know, onto a spell scroll. You can create no more than 2 scrolls in this way a day, and you can have no more than 2 at a time. If you create an additional cantrip scroll, the magic fades from your oldest cantrip scroll. You can cast from these cantrip scrolls even if the spell is not part of your spell list. Your spellcasting ability modifier for the cantrip is Intelligence. If you have the spellcasting or packed magic class feature, you can add your proficiency bonus to your attack rolls or saving throw DCs. So it has to be one that you know, or one that you have copied down for this purpose. Spinny, you have Masterwork.
Yeah.
With 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, you can perform minor maintenance and adjustments that temporarily improve a weapon, shield, or suit of armor. With the appropriate tool for that item, you can give a weapon or a stack of ammunition a +1 bonus to damage, or give a shield or suit of armor a +1 bonus to armor class. This bonus lasts for 1 minute, beginning the first time you make an attack roll with the weapon, or are subject to an attack roll. You can only maintain a number of items at a time equal to your proficiency bonus.
Oh. So I could do 2 items. Interesting. So I could, theoretically, I think I would want to do a sword and a shield or something, but theoretically, I could start an encounter with 21 AC if I did that to my armor and my shield.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I probably should tweak that, but...
No, I don't think you should. I like it. But specifically, I don't think you should, because if I go into a dungeon, that's going to happen on our first battle, not boss battle.
Yeah,
So
that's part of the whole vibe of this is like, this is tangibly how you all prepare yourselves for like a day of adventuring or like a big battle. So it gives you more of a benefit if you go and rest before a big fight. there are like clear ways that you can make your life easier.
Where do you find your proficiency bonus?
Proficiency bonus is between charisma and walking speed. Top row of stats.
Right. Yes.
Oh, we have a proficiency bonus of 3, so I could theoretically do it to my armor, my shield, and my sword. Maybe you should tweak that.
Yeah, it should probably be 1 per person. Because the idea is that it's all things that can be shared.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, Jacobson's already a healer. A bunch of, like, weak healing potions, not crazy useful. But
Yeah.
if other people had them, they're sort of like instant good berries.
Yeah.
Same thing, you know, Belos doesn't need extra cantrips, but he could pass those to someone else.
Yeah, saying 1 per person with the number of people equaling the proficiency modifier would probably be better.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and look at that.
But still, yeah, having it for just the first minute of a fight would be... I mean, it would be good, obviously, but whatever you do, it's not going to break it, because those generally aren't the hardest fights.
Right.
It would just basically make sure we saved an extra hit or 2 from ourselves. Well, I guess I could theoretically do it on like carry 2 shields and can take the good shield out right before a big battle.
So I'm going to add the line, and you can only improve 1 item for a character at a time. Or maybe it should just be you cannot improve... Are there any classes that don't wear armor but use shields?
Druids don't usually wear armor. Well, they could wear leather, I guess. And their shields would have to be wooden. Let me look at the classes.
I think it would have to be something weird, like...
That's races, not classes.
I almost think you would have to, like, take a feat or something to get it.
A bard maybe would use a shield?
They have light armor proficiency. I mean, you'd almost have to be looking at wizards and sorcerers.
Yeah.
I think the easier fix is to say no shields. So you can give a weapon or a stack of ammunition a +1 bonus to damage, or give a suit of armor a +1 bonus to armor class. I feel like that makes sense.
So, to armor class or to a weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And I still have a few of these to finish, because some of them are hard to come up with.
Sure. I couldn't do it.
Let me see which ones I've made. I did finally learn to put the special tag on all of these weird feats and magic items. Alchemist Kit can make like little sort of like minor versions of different alchemical things. So there's like a vial that causes 1 fire damage. Acid that deals 1 acid damage but can break a non-magical item potentially. A chemical light, a noisemaker. Chef and brewers basically get a version of the chef feat. It's not quite as good, but it just kind of makes sense because what else are you doing with it? Glass blowers tools were hard. You can create a number of tools equal to your proficiency bonus with 1 hour of work each. And it's magnifying glass, spyglass, sunglasses, mirror, and corrective lenses. And there's masterwork. Cobblers can give you different resistances. So you can get immunity to caltrops, spike growth, things like that. Snowshoes for deep snow. Cleats to avoid sliding across slick terrain. Cushioned footwear that lets you travel farther on like a forced march. And muffled footwear that gives other people disadvantage on perception checks to hear you moving. Weavers can do cold proofing. They're mostly like weather effects. Cold proofing, heat proofing, waterproof. They can make fake fancy clothes that help you pretend to be a noble or a rich person. You can also basically sew hidden pockets into your clothing. Poisoners can make a mild poison. They can also make half as many to make a more powerful poison. Surveyor is fun. This is for... Oops. Surveyor isn't finished, apparently. This is for the... Shoot. Oh, what toolkit is this?
Cartographer?
No, it's like building. Tool
Carpenter?
descriptions. I think calligrapher. I think carpenter was. Let me see what I have left. Tinker. I feel like this was masonry. It might be carpentry and masonry. With 10 minutes of uninterrupted investigation of a building or structure, you have advantage on investigation and perception checks to discover hidden features of the building. You can identify the building's materials and the properties of each, and any attack rolls you make against that building are an automatic critical hit. Tinker can make little random things. A clock, a calculator, something that lets you fling items, something that helps you lift heavy things, something that lets you basically fake a thieves' tool check, but if you fail, it destroys the lock and jams it irreparably. I think I still had a few left to finish, but that's what I've got so far.
Nice. I like what you're doing, making the tools be useful in some way. But with that, I'm gonna get off of here.
All right.
Talk to you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. Talk to you then.
See ya.
Alright, see ya.
And I'm going to get off. So, good night to all the bots out there. And everyone have a wonderful night.